if we plant a seed in an environment where it is getting the proper heat, light, air, minerals and all ingredients essential for its growth, then it will develop into a full grown plant. The result is definite because we have provided the suitable environment for the plant nourishment. Now just imagine, for a few seconds, just imagine, just close your eyes and imagine this thing. Imagine this question which I am going to arise in your head. What is that? Had the wheat grown been in winter season, would it have been the same wheat crop with golden gray color and ripened one? Definitely not. It would have a lot of moisture. It would not turned into ripened green golden color. So you see that it's what kind of weather is running, what kind of weather it outside these days. It's a scorching heat. People avoid to walk. People avoid even to go outside in the open sun. Why it is there? And still the farmers, the people who are working in the wheat crop or the wheat field, they are so much happy that I can say that they are over the moon. They are filled with joys while working in these fields, when they are working under the sun, which is very scorching, which is so much scorching that people don't like to go outside. What is the reason? And when the sky is overcast, when there are clouds, when it is raining, when the season is or the weather is moist, the farmers get upset. They want to ripe and they want to collect their wheat crop as early as possible before the rainy season starts. Why it is? Because this scorching, this hottest weather is suitable for the wheat crop, and it's the ripe weather. It's the right weather for the wheat crop to be grown, to be harvested. That's why the farmers are so much happy because of this heat. They are not concerned about how much heat they are absorbing, under which scorching conditions they are working. They are happy with this condition that they will harvest the crop successfully, they will get the benefit, they will get the profit, and they can run their homes quite successfully. This is their purpose. Now let's understand that if conditions are so much vital, if proper environment is vital, and if you are a person who has not an appropriate environment for you to speak English with, let's discuss with two categories of people. One category is that who has the English environment, means that who is surrounded by the people. For example, he is working in an office. He is surrounded by the people who can very fluently speak English, but he cannot get benefit out of that English environment. Why? Because the people who are speaking English language, they are considering themselves to be superior. They don't even like to talk to him because of his broken English. So environment is there, but he can't get benefit out of that environment. The second condition is that you don't have that English environment. In both these conditions, what you have to do? I have a very famous line. And I am repeating it time and again in all my videos, that it's your power of mind. If your mind is in its own place, you can create a hell out of heaven and a heaven out of hell. Yes, dear audience, this is the power of your brain. You can create your English environment. You can create any environment by the power of your own brain. Now the condition arises here is that, now the question arises here is that how to build that environment. What kind of steps you have to follow? First of all, my dear English learners, you have to have a burning desire. to become successful, to learn this language. If you are really passionate, if you have a burning desire, if you want to become a fluent English speaker, only that you can devise the ways, because where there is will, there is a way. You might have heard many times in your childhood the story of a thirsty crow, how he satisfied his thirst by putting pebbles, by putting stones one by one into the pot. The water rose up and he drank the water and flew away. So what is that? Necessity is the mother of all inventions. If you have the necessity of speaking English, if you have the necessity to learn this language, you will devise the ways. Now what are the ways? First of all, what you have to do, you have to select, you have to build your vocabulary. Start with recognizing the words, the objects around you. This is the best thing. Don't get stuck while creating the complex sentences. First collect that you have sufficient vocabulary in your mind. Now start recognizing what objects you are watching around you, you are seeing around you. For example, there is a mobile phone, there is a camera stand, walls, curtains, and books and bags of my children. There is iron where I was pressing the clothes of my children, and I have hung the clothes of my kids' uniforms. In this room I can see the sofa, the doors, the windows, the flowers, the walls, the scenery, everything around me. And there is a chart, there is a map over the wall. So this is the first step I have done with. If you have done with this, try it after watching this video, and let me know in the comment section how many objects you have recognized and how many things you haven't recognized them in your English language. Second thing, very important thing, now you have to build sentences. Try to build small sentences. This is the very first rule. And now you have to build very small sentences. What kind of object you are? I have been pressing the clothes, I have been ironing the clothes, I was reading the map, I was preparing for my lecture, I was ambitious to prepare this lecture. Now you have created the second step. You have passed the second step. Now you have to build the story. Build the stories, build small stories. That, for example, you have to build the stories. I have built the story of the wheat crop. What kind of conditions wheat crop have, and what conditions are favorable for the wheat crops? Why the farmers are so much happy despite of scorching heat? What kind of color the wheat crops get out of that scorching heat? Because mangoes, all the delicious fruits, have become ripened in this scorching heat. So you have to create a small story. You have to build the small stories. I can build the small story out of my mobile phone. Now I am delivering the lecture. I am very passionate to help my English learners to speak English language fluently. Why they feel stuck, why they feel hesitant, why they feel so much fear? Because on the other side of fear, there is always success. You have to cross the fear, you have to cross the hesitation, you have to cross the hurdles. If you can cross the hurdles, fear, hesitation, on the other side of all these things, you will meet your success. You will meet your trophy of speaking English language fluently. So, in this way, you have to create small stories. Creation of small stories is very essential. Now you have to think in your mind, what kind of stories I have to build. You don't have to build complex, complicated stories. Take the help of small sentences, and you can create sentences out of present indefinite tense. This is your task today now, that you have to build story of any kind, of your own choice, of your own occupation. Whether you are walking on the road, you have met the red signals, you have met the traffic signals. You can create the story out of traffic signals. That these signals, I often see 3 signals, red, green and yellow. These signals are so vital that green signal says you to be ready. Red signal says that you should stop, but yellow signal says that you have to wait. And green signal says that go. These signals help the traffic to have a smooth flow. If traffic signals had not been there, it would have been very difficult to manage the traffic, a huge traffic in the mega cities. So I have created a small story out of traffic signals. I can build the story out of a small tree. Out of small tree. This is a small tree. Its leaves are green. Its stem is brown, and it gives a shade. Whenever I see the greenery or the green color of these leaves, I become overjoyed. I become refreshed. I feel refreshed out of seeing these green leaves. And these trees are very much important because they provide us oxygen. Oxygen is vital to sustain life on this planet. So you can create environment out of a small phone, out of a small library, and you can create even with your book. You can create with it your book. When you read a book, build a story, start thinking in English with small sentences. So in this way, you can successfully manage to create an English environment around you, and you will be surprised how I am creating an English environment, how I am having an English surrounding me all around you. English is inviting you in this global world. You have to pay attention towards it. There are so many apps. Before going to those apps, you have to practice by yourself. You have to create, you have to stuff your mind so that your mind can assist you to create sentences in English language. First prepare your mind, then go outside. Then expose yourself to the apps, to the people, to the environment, to anything. So with this positive note, I end this video. Hope you would like this video. If you like this video, kindly share and subscribe this channel and hit that bell icon because it motivates me to make much more informative videos for you guys. Till the next video, stay happy, stay blessed. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.